We are keeping a close watch on markets as things remain shaky after Thursday's sell-off. Welcome to the Daily Forkast, January 7th, 2022. I'm Megha Chaddah of Forkast News, covering all things blockchain. It's been a bumpy first week of trading for the year, but where are things headed now? We'll take a look at the market action and a whole lot more coming up. Let's get you up to speed from Asia to the world. Let's kick off with some of the top stories out of Asia today. First up, Korea is going full steam ahead with the Metaverse, with big announcements from both Hyundai and Samsung. At the CES 2022 event, Automaker Hyundai said it has partnered with 3D content platform Unity to build a Metaverse factory. The Meta Factory concept will build a digital twin of Hyundai's Motor Global Innovation Center in Singapore, supported by a Metaverse platform, allowing staff to solve problems without having to physically visit. And customers will be able to test drive cars virtually before trying them out on the road for real. Meanwhile, Korean electronics giant Samsung has opened a new Metaverse destination named Samsung A37X. Modeled on its New York City location, which it calls an experience rather than an old-fashioned store, users can enter the virtual world of Samsung A37X via Decentraland. Users can buy and sell digital assets including land and wearables, as well as learning more about climate change action in the sustainability forest. Over in the crypto markets, the sea of red continued Friday morning Asia time after Thursday's flash crash, with Bitcoin losing just over 2.5% in 24 hours, falling below the $42,000 mark. Forecast News' Carolyn Wright has more.
Ethereum, Solana and Terra were the hardest hit among the top 10 by market cap, each dropping around 6% in the 24 hours to Friday morning Asia time. But one expert told Forecast News, while sentiment remains bearish for the moment, it's worth taking a step back from the short term.
For the year 2021, we saw unprecedented growth for the entire market, and even though price went up and came down, one thing that was on a single trajectory up, that is the adoption rate. We are seeing just active wallet numbers almost on a straight line up.
Terenas says that while it's difficult to identify exactly where the bottom is, the market will eventually bounce back. And though this week's dip was closely aligned with the broader market, he doesn't see that continuing due to the yield crypto has to offer. He also sees greater divergence ahead within the crypto market as it matures.
We are actually expecting to see, especially in the next 12 months, for the crypto market, intra-crypto market, to become less correlated overall, because now we see kind of when Bitcoin sneezes, every other cryptocurrency catches gold.
Terenas says there's already a divergence between the investor profiles for the two largest market cap cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, with investors becoming more sophisticated as more and more enter the space. For Forecast News, I'm Carolyn Wright.
Will 2022 be the year we see legacy coins and infrastructure take a back seat as interoperability gets a greater push? Adrian Brink of Anoma, a protocol that enables trading of any kind of digital assets among any number of parties with full zero-knowledge privacy, joins me now to discuss how disintermediation could change the face of digital assets as we know them. Great to have you with us, Adrian. Wish you a very happy new year.
Same here, and glad to be here.
Adrian, the digital asset infrastructure in place at the moment is fairly siloed. For example, if one trades an NFT, it's largely on Ethereum. What limitations do you see of the existing system?
The limitations are twofold. For one, assets are locked into their specific systems, meaning that you have to reissue the same asset over and over again, because you can't easily move an asset from Ethereum to NEAR, for example. This is going to change in 2022. Interoperability is coming and it's here to stay. The second big problem, though, is that you're locked into the fundamental capabilities of what you can do within specific state machines. For example, you're locked into what exactly can happen on an exchange like OpenSea, which there's a funny anecdote. My co-founder Chris actually built the underlying backend, the underlying set of smart contracts that facilitates all of the trading behind OpenSea. And in 2022, we'll also see that users can take their assets that were issued maybe on Ethereum to platforms that give them completely new capabilities, thereby growing what users can do within the blockchain space and the industry as a whole, because all of a sudden, we can start seeing hundreds of different chains provide different kinds of capabilities to end users.
Now, 2022 is being looked at as the year that could dramatically change crypto systems. Do you expect a big push towards interoperability between blockchains?
Absolutely. And I think here it's important to understand that interoperability comes, currently there exists some sort of interoperability, but it's mostly a centralized, like 5 out of 6 multi-sig style bridging. Like an exchange like Kraken is also an interoperability system, right? Because it allows you to move from one asset into another and to deposit an asset on Ethereum and to withdraw an asset on Bitcoin. But these are all fundamentally trusted bridges. In 2022, though, we're going to start seeing truly trustless interoperability, where you don't have to trust any third party, where protocols directly and natively talk to each other. And this is probably going to happen via protocols such as IBC, that you can see a direct connection without any middleman from, let's say, Near to Polkadot, and from Anoma to Cosmos, and from Anoma to Near, and from Cosmos to Polkadot. And all of these, they're not going to be bridges, they're just going to be connections, because bridges implies that someone runs some fairly centralized infrastructure to do this connection. But in 2022, we're just going to see that an asset can move from Near to Anoma to Polkadot to Cosmos and back.
Well, 2022 promises to be a year of big changes, certainly. Adrian, thanks so much for joining us today. And that's the Daily Forkast from our vantage point right here in Asia. Hit like, hit subscribe, appreciate it always. Help us reach our goal to reach lots more of you. For more, visit Forkast.news. I'm Megha Chaddah. Until next time.